Aston Martin were the biggest surprise of the first few races of 2023 as they went from being a solid midfield team to Red Bull's closest challengers. However, their results have waned over the last few races. Fernando Alonso, who scored 6 podiums in the first 8 races, has failed to stand on the podium in the last 3. The latest race in Hungary was particularly noteworthy for how under the radar his performance was, as he was never even in the conversation for a top 5, eventually finishing in 9th, while teammate Lance Stroll finished 10th. I'm your host, Dillon Shelley, and first up on Formula World, why are Aston Martin slow all of a sudden? Aston Martin's reduction in competitiveness has had the most notable effect on Fernando Alonso. While speaking to multiple media outlets, he started off by explaining that it isn't as bad as the results might suggest. We are 1/10 from McLaren, so it's not as bad as maybe the results look. But yeah, we need to improve. There's no doubt we made a step backward in the last few races, and everybody did a step forward. He then put forth a hypothesis as to why things have gone downhill since Silverstone. Also, it is a coincidence that when the new Pirelli tyre came in Silverstone, there were a couple of teams that were struggling more, and a couple of teams that are very happy with the car now. He further clarified his point by citing Red Bull as another example. It's not only us. I think Red Bull has clearly been hit with those tyres. They've been 1-2 in every qualifying, 1-2 in every race, and now they are not even on pole position. Checo is struggling to be in the top 10. At Silverstone, I think Max was only 3 seconds in front of Lando. He further suggested that this is abnormal. So, I see things a little bit abnormal since Silverstone. I think you can feel the car a little bit different with the tyres. But as I said, it is difficult sometimes to be neutral. But I think Red Bull lost performance since Silverstone, that's a fact. While there is no surefire way of verifying Alonso's postulation, there are those who feel that even if the tyres played a role, there are other contributing factors. One of them is the rate of development. Many teams such as McLaren started out slower than Aston Martin but have now picked up the pace. This is something that Aston Martin team principal Mike Crack has alluded to. While speaking to DAZN, he started off by admitting that they have fallen behind their rivals. Disappointing, yes, but it's also a reality check. We've had a couple of races that we thought was something specific to the track and that we could be fast here, but we haven't been. It shows us that we're not where we were and that other teams have passed us. We have to be honest with ourselves. He summed up his words by implying that the other teams have outpaced them as far as the rate of development is concerned. I think other people have evolved faster than us. At the beginning of the season, I said that we were competing with very strong teams in the development race and we are not fast enough. We have to improve in this aspect to be able to recover positions. It is worth remembering that despite their drop in performance, Aston Martin were and still are third in the championship. However, as per the current rules, they will have to make do with 80% of the aero testing limit for the rest of the season, while teams below them in the championship will be eligible for more testing, such as Ferrari with 85% and McLaren with 95% of the testing limit. This, in principle, could further limit Aston Martin's ability to regain lost ground. What do you think? Does Fernando Alonso's theory hold merit, or has Aston Martin simply been outdeveloped by their rivals? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.